Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Welcome to today's troubleshooting guide focusing on DTC P0873, which signifies an open circuit in the transmission fluid pressure switch C related to the fourth clutch in the Honda Odyssey models from 2011 to 2017. This DTC can severely impact transmission performance, leading to the vehicle only being able to shift between first and fourth gears due to its fail-safe function. Understanding this error is crucial for diagnosing and rectifying the issue effectively. The transmission fluid pressure switch is a vital component that monitors hydraulic pressure changes and sends signals to the powertrain control module, PCM, to ensure optimal transmission operation. Incorrect readings can prevent normal shifting and affect overall vehicle performance. We will go through a structured diagnosis, including potential causes, symptoms, and precise troubleshooting steps. Let's explore the details to ensure accurate diagnostic execution. DTC P0873 indicates a malfunction in the transmission fluid pressure switch C, specifically related to the fourth clutch circuit. The transmission fluid pressure switch is critical for monitoring the hydraulic pressure that helps control gear shifting. When the switch fails or is stuck in the off position, it can disrupt the normal transmission operation. This component is typically located on the transmission unit, making it somewhat accessible for inspection. The switch's role is pivotal as it sends pressure readings to the PCM, powertrain control module, which acts on this information to manage transmission functionality. If there is an open circuit or if the switch remains off, the PCM restricts gear shifting to prevent further damage to the transmission system. Understanding the location and function of the transmission fluid pressure switch C is essential for effective troubleshooting. The possible causes of DTC P0873 can significantly impact the troubleshooting process. First, an open circuit in the wiring can prevent the transmission fluid pressure switch from sending accurate signals to the PCM. This could be attributed to wear and tear, environmental factors, or a manufacturing defect. Secondly, the transmission fluid pressure switch itself may be defective or malfunctioning, leading it to remain in the off state or fail to respond. Lastly, loose connections or corroded terminals between the pressure switch and the PCM can also lead to intermittent failures or complete circuit disconnection. Addressing these potential causes systematically can help isolate the underlying issue and facilitate a more efficient repair. Always verify the integrity of wiring and connections when diagnosing any faults relating to pressure switches. Recognizing the symptoms associated with DTC P0873 is fundamental for timely diagnosis and repair. One of the primary symptoms is limited gear shifting, with the vehicle only able to move in first or fourth gears. This is due to the fail-safe function of the transmission, which aims to protect the internal components when a fault is detected. Additionally, drivers may notice the transmission responding sluggishly or failing to engage properly when attempting to shift gears. The PCM may also trigger warning lights on the dashboard, alerting the driver to potential transmission issues. Paying attention to these signs can help identify problems early on, thus preventing further damage to the vehicle's transmission system. Drivers should note any abnormal behaviors and report them during servicing to assist technicians in diagnosing the issue more effectively. The first troubleshooting step in addressing DTC P0873 involves turning the ignition switch to the on position, which powers the vehicle's electrical systems without starting the engine. Next, clearing the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System HDS is essential for resetting the vehicle's diagnostic memory, allowing for a fresh assessment of the system. Additionally, it's critical to record all freeze frame data and any onboard snapshot data captured by the HDS before clearing the code. This information provides essential insights into the conditions when the fault occurred, potentially aiding in diagnosing the root cause effectively. Always ensure to review the general troubleshooting information available to guide the subsequent steps. This initial step lays the foundation for a thorough and informed approach to troubleshooting. In the second step, it is crucial to create a safe environment for diagnostics. First, block the rear wheels to prevent movement while working on the vehicle. Next, raise the front of the Honda Odyssey securely, ensuring that it is supported properly. This can be done using jack stands or a hydraulic lift. By lifting the front of the vehicle, you allow the front wheels to rotate freely, which is necessary for testing the transmission gear's responsiveness. This setup not only aids in safely checking the vehicle's operations, but also ensures that all tests can be performed effectively without compromising safety. Properly executing this step prepares the technician for engaging in a functional inspection of the transmission system. For the third troubleshooting step, start the engine after securely positioning the vehicle. It's essential to disable the Vehicle Stability Assist (VSA) system by pressing the VSA off button. This allows the technician to perform testing without the stability control interfering with the vehicle's operation. Run the vehicle specifically in fourth gear, as this is when the transmission fluid pressure switch C's functionality will be evaluated. During this phase, checking the fourth pressure switch signal with the HDS in the AT data list becomes crucial for determining whether the switch is functioning correctly. If it is on during this test, it indicates an intermittent failure, meaning the system is operating correctly at that moment. Understanding what conditions affect this switch is vital for diagnosing issues related to transmission performance. In the fourth step, evaluate the fourth pressure switch signal using the HDS in the AT data list. If the switch indicates an on status while running the vehicle in fourth gear, it suggests that the system is functioning correctly at that moment, leading to the conclusion of an intermittent failure. This means that the fault may have been temporary, suggesting that further issues might not exist. However, it is essential to conduct thorough checks for poor connections or loose terminals between the transmission fluid pressure switch C and the PCM. Intermittent failures can often be attributed to wiring integrity issues, making this inspection critical. Solutions like cleaning terminals or ensuring a tight physical connection can be vital steps following this diagnosis. For the fifth troubleshooting step, begin by turning the ignition switch to the lock position, ensuring the vehicle's electrical systems are off. Next, disconnect the transmission fluid pressure switch C fourth clutch connector to isolate the switch in the diagnostic process. This disconnection allows the subsequent steps to focus solely on the switch's functionality without interference. Then, connect a jumper wire between the switch's connector terminal and the body ground to create a direct electrical path. This method will help determine if the switch is indeed faulty by simulating its operational behavior. Ensuring proper connections and securely grounding the jumper wire are crucial for accurate testing. The sixth step involves turning the ignition switch back to the on position to allow for diagnostic testing. With the jumper wire connected, use the HDS to check the fourth pressure switch signal again in the AT data list. Here, you are determining whether the switch is on or off in response to the jumper wire connection. If the status indicates on, this strongly suggests that the transmission fluid pressure switch C is faulty and requires replacement. The analysis of this outcome is straightforward. A functional switch should provide a signal when grounded. If the switch does not show an on status, it indicates an issue further along the line, necessitating further investigation of the vehicle's wiring or the PCM itself. In this seventh troubleshooting step, turn the ignition switch back to the lock position before proceeding with further diagnostics. This ensures safety and protects the vehicle's electrical system during the next actions. After turning off the ignition, remove the jumper wire connected to the transmission fluid pressure switch, C. This disconnection is essential for analyzing the system in its normal operational state. Next, use the HDS to jump the SCS line, which allows for more advanced diagnostic procedures. Specific steps involved in this process may vary, so it is crucial to consult the HDS guidelines to execute this procedure accurately. Proper use of the SCS option can provide further insights into the PCM's operation and its relationship with the transmission components. Once repairs have been carried out, it is imperative to conduct a thorough final repair verification to ensure that all issues related to DTC P0873 have been resolved. Start by testing the vehicle to verify that it can smoothly shift through all its gears, not just first and fourth. This function is key to determining if the newly installed or repaired components are operating effectively. Additionally, use the HDS to check for any reoccurring DTCs, confirming that DTC P0873 is no longer present in the system memory. If the vehicle functions correctly and no codes return, it suggests that the troubleshooting and repair steps were successfully executed. Continuous monitoring after the initial repairs is also advised to ascertain that the issue doesn't reappear, indicating the need for additional checks or preventive measures. Preventive maintenance is essential for mitigating risks of future DTC P0873 occurrences. Regularly inspecting the wiring harness associated with the transmission fluid pressure switch can help identify any signs of wear, corrosion, or disconnection before they lead to complications. Checking fluid levels is also a critical task. Low or dirty transmission fluid can cause overheating and erratic shifting, which may affect switch performance. Maintaining proper transmission function, including routine fluid changes and inspections, can help extend the life of the transmission system overall. Encouraging drivers to adopt these preventative measures ensures that their Honda Odyssey not only runs smoothly, but significantly reduces the likelihood of mechanical failures related to the transmission system. A proactive approach to vehicle care is always preferred. In conclusion, understanding DTC P0873 is crucial for accurate diagnosis and effective repair of Honda Odyssey transmissions from 2011 to 2017. Recognizing symptoms, such as limited gear shifting and checking warning lights, is the first step towards addressing the issue. Following the detailed troubleshooting steps can help ensure that no component is overlooked and that the proper resolutions are implemented. Ensuring that preventive maintenance measures are taken can significantly reduce the risk of future transmission problems. Ultimately, being thorough in diagnosis, repair, and maintenance will contribute to the vehicle's longevity and optimal performance. Always remember that a proactive mechanic is better equipped to deal with issues before they escalate. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.